Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear audience. I am really grateful that you have really appreciated my efforts and that my efforts are of some value to you. Now, this video also aims to discuss comprehension, O levels, new syllabus 1123, question number 2, where you have to talk about writer's effect. Now, it is actually a question where you have to explore the word choices made by the writer. So stay tuned, watch this video till the end because I have explained the reason of choosing words with examples, and I am sure that inshallah after watching this video till the end you will be able to decode such difficult words, right? And it is a very short video and I'm going to make inshallah some more videos to talk about the writer's effect and different ways to understand it. Now, dear students, we know that when writers, they choose words, they are really very careful about it, okay? And they have a reason to put the words in their writing. There are many words which are similar, and writer picks one word for some reason out of the similar words. So it means that those all words belonging to the category of same words, they must be different in shades of meaning. It means that those words will be having different connotations. Connotations means that the sense which is attached to those words. Now I am going to make a separate video on connotation. Please watch it so that you may understand that how words can have different connotations. So it's mean that writer's choice of word is always thoughtful and there is a reason of choosing those words. So let's understand this from some example. Now, we know that descriptive words and phrases make writing more effective for the reader. So let's see that why writer uses some specific word, leaving some word of the same sense. Let's look at this example. The boy devoured the food placed in front of him. Now, in this case, the writer could have said he quickly ate the food. I mean, there was another choice, word ate, but writer has preferred word devoured. Why? Because this word is more dramatic and it gives a vivid image to the reader and a sense that the boy is desperately hungry. And this sense of desperately hungriness is not in the word ate. So it's mean that by the choice of this word devoured, we not only know about this boy who is eating it, and we know that that he is eating quickly and he is really hungry. So you see that just by choosing this single word, the writer adds more information to the sentence. So it's mean that you should never ignore the word. You must go deep into the word's connotation and look at the different shades of it. Now look at another example where the careful selection of adjective can also make writing more meaningful. Now see the example, the boat had no hope when faced with the gigantic waves generated by the horrific storm. Now the underlined words are two adjective and we know that the replacement could have been done by word big or bad. But definitely the effect of the word gigantic and horrific cannot be achieved by the word big or bad, and that is why writer has preferred using these words. So if asked, you can explain that they are actually showing the seriousness of the situation. They are more. So now look at another example where we will see that another effective use of the adverb can really bring some dramatic effect in the writing. Look at this, she flounced dramatically off the stage. So look at the adverb dramatically and see that why this word is preferred over some other adverb. So actually this word gives the reader the sense that she is exaggerating her behavior to get a reaction. It also tells us something about the character's personality, because perhaps she's really proudful at her performance. So see that by a very careful use of the word, writers actually they try to convey something. Now for further understanding, look at these examples. Now these example sentences are same, but a word is replaced only, like the elderly man walked down the street, or the elderly man shuffled down the street, or the elderly man ambled down the street, or the elderly man strolled down the street, and so on, all other examples. So I'm sure that by looking at the previous examples, now you will be sure that each word has a different meaning, and it suggests something else about the elderly man. So it's mean that going deep into the word and looking closely at the word sense is really important. Look at another example. As she entered the room, the musky fragrance of her perfume filled the air. As she entered the room, the delightful fragrance of her perfume filled the air. Now look at the next example where this word has been replaced by cheap, sickly, revolting, and in another example, floral, powerful, familiar. So here you can definitely, if you just look at this example, as she entered the room, the cheap fragrance of her perfume filled the air. You can simply judge about the character that the lady wearing this perfume is not rich and she is wearing some cheap fragrance. And if we look at the last example where familiar fragrance is used, it means that the person wearing this perfume is a person to whom the writer meets often, and he is aware of the perfume worn by the character. So again, I'm trying to tell you that we must see to the writer's use of language. The words can have some negative or positive sense. So we have to see that what are the different stands of this word, what are the different shades of these words, and then we should decide on choosing our response. So I'm sure that this video is really helpful to you. Now take a tip at the end that when you are analyzing a phrase, okay, I've talked about single word, but when you are analyzing a phrase, then you should explain the whole phrase on the whole. But unfortunately, if you don't know the whole phrase and you know only one word, then try explaining that word on the basis of that phrase. Now look at this example. I will just read the related part. Following the curved line of the ball, the crowd was open-mouthed and wide-eyed. So we have to explain these phrases. Let's see. The curved line of the ball suggests that the crowd didn't take their eyes off as it moved through the air. This shows how involved in the action they were. Okay. Now look at the other example. The phrase open mouth and wide eyed suggests that the crowd were full of excitement and expectation that a goal was about to be scored. It also stresses how the whole crowd was acting in unison and develops a sense of unity. Okay, so just by looking at that phrase closely, you can definitely draw many inferences and you can easily, decode the questions based on the language. I hope you have really liked my video, and please subscribe my channel if you like it, and share your wonderful comments to help me. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.